In this video, we're going to be having a look at using checklists within a task. Using checklists within a task is a great way to manage key aspects of a task that need to be completed. We start off by looking at an existing change where someone has manually added a task. At the top of the task, we see a green progress bar that represents the progress of the checklists. If we open this task and click on Edit, we can see the options to add a new checklist, add a new item to a checklist, or use the delete option to remove a checklist. Going back to the task, we're able to tick off each item as they are done. From the request, we can see the progress bar is moved, giving us an indication of how far we are from completing this task. Now, it may be the case that you would like to include a checklist in a business process workflow. This will allow the checklist to be reused each time the task is assigned. So we switch over to administration and browse through our Service Manager business processes and open up the change workflow. Here we're going to set up the human task with a checklist by clicking on the cog to show the properties. Scrolling down, we can see the Manage Checklist option. We start by adding in a group and giving it the name of Change Planning. We can now click on the plus to add our first checklist item. Here I'll write Provide a business case. Next I'll add a checklist item for providing a risk analysis. And finally, one for scheduling the change. We can now apply and save this process. Now we're going to switch back over to Service Manager to raise a new change request. I start with providing a contact, selecting the type of request, and I'm going to raise this against the desktop support service. I could then provide a summary and description, and finally select the change type and click Finish. Now, looking at the request, we will scroll down to the Activities section where we will see the task that we just configured. Opening this task, we can see the checklist that we created in the BPM Workflow Designer. We can now select a couple of these items to show that they have been completed, and back on the request, we can view the progress of that task.